Jonah and the Remnant. But Jonah arose to flee to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. He went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare and went down into it, to go with them to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. Jonah 1, verse 3. Jonah was likely wise enough to know there was no place on earth to truly escape God's notice. So why does the Bible say he was fleeing the presence of the Lord? Diligent Bible students have noticed something they refer to as the rule of first mention. The first time the Bible introduces a concept, it helps establish an understanding for how that concept is used throughout the rest of Scripture. The first time someone leaves the presence of the Lord is when Cain's departed from Eden. He went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod. Again, Cain could not possibly find a location where God no longer saw him, but when you consider what God had established at the gates of Eden, the verse suddenly makes a great deal of sense. There was an early model of this sanctuary at Eden. Hugh Martin, the 19th century Scottish commentator, makes an important point about Jonah. To be banished from the holy place or from the holy territory is equivalent to and is described as being banished from the presence of the Lord. It was in this sense, accordingly, that Jonah sought to flee from the presence of the Lord, especially if there be any truth in the tradition that the Jews believed the spirit of prophecy to be confined to the sacred territory, which we see the reason why. He should desire to escape from the land of Israel. You will notice that when Jonah repents, did he really? I personally think that we're too harsh on Jonah, but I'll have the description to kind of lay out my thoughts a little bit better, but it's a little bit complicated, I think. When Jonah repents, he mentions returning to the temple twice. The gift of prophecy and evangelistic mission are intimately linked with the temple because the temple is where God's presence is housed. In these last days, the prophetic gift is intricately linked to the heavenly sanctuary where our high priest works on our behalf. You may have noticed that of all the remnant church's doctrines, the ones that seem to come under fire the most often are unique ones: the heavenly sanctuary and the spirit of prophecy. Could it be that the book of Jonah has a veiled prophecy, a warning for the remnant church? May we never be like Jonah, trying to flee the presence of the Lord. That presence is the key to finishing his work.